What's up, all my fragrance lovers? It's your boy, the one who puts the woe in woe fragrances, man. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Well, I say joining me, even though no one's on right now, but I'm going live with another weekly rotations, kind of letting y'all know, I'm gonna do this every week, what I wore during the week, and put y'all up on some of these that you may want to check out or that you should check out. Or if I didn't really care for it, I'll let you know that too. I do have one new fragrance that I got this week that is going to show up in the rotation, but it's not the first one on the list. So I'm in Atlanta, in case some of y'all didn't know. But I say that, but most of y'all probably going through the same kind of weather as we are right now, which is back and forth. Don't know whether spring wants to hit and be kind of warm or does it want to be cold. It's like we have an extended fall right now. Like I guess we're going to go from fall straight into summer. Um, well, whatever I'm trying to say. We had winter. We're gonna go from winter straight into summer for the most part because yeah, it's back and forth. But we have had some warm days, or shall I say, warm afternoons. So you kind of got to find a fragrance that matches the entire day, or that kind of can do the cold as well as when it warms up. So first one on my list that I wore on Monday. I wore this in the work and everything, and it did pretty good. This was my kind of first time giving a full wearing of this fragrance at work or whatever. I got it a few months back from I believe it was Ross. Yeah, I found it at Ross, and that is none other than Alfa Romeo Black. Now, if you're familiar, this is a fragrance that's from a car brand or whatever, Alfa Romeo Sports or whatever. This fragrance is considered a fresh, spicy, aromatic. Um, has grapefruit in the top along with LMA, whatever that does. Also in the mid, what was it? I know this has some alcatar and woodsy notes in the base, and basically this fragrance it held its own, man. Like I wearing it right now actually. It's very, I mean, it kicks you off. Yeah, it has black pepper and some other spices like in the middle, in the mid, and it definitely gives you that. Now you smell the leather tone, but if you're familiar with Alcatraz, it's like a fancy leather and everything. So it's actually smooth. It's not an animalic, overbearing leather. And when I first spoke on this, I kind of compared it to um, Nuit Issey by Issey Miyake, Nuit Issey, which is another fragrance that's kind of has that little bit of citrus up top and followed with some kind of leather notes. And this also has nutmeg in the mid. That's what I was missing. And it is a very nice fragrance. You know what I'm saying? It held up. I know it gave me at least 6 hours of longevity. Um, decent projection. Like it wore, like I said, I wore it to work, so it wasn't offensive at all. Um, I could smell it all during the day. Putting it up in here and everything. Every now and then I would take a whiff from my hand, and it still was there. But I tell you, like, for as far as projection, you wouldn't get more than an hour out of this. But as a nice, just signature scent maybe or whatever, I feel like this is an anytime a year fragrance because it's not in the heat it won't be too overbearing or whatever because it's not a sweet fragrance, more of a woody fragrance. You know what I'm saying with those spicy nuances, it just works. If you like those style, like the like I said, Nuit Dissy or say Black Rebel by John Varvatos, it's not quite that kind of leather that is in those, but it puts you in the mind of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a real good fragrance I wore Monday. So and this is you can pick this up for a really nice price. I think I paid like $16 or something. Um, Solid presentation is decent. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice looking bottle. Um, don't snap into place, but it's somewhat snug. Like I said. Anyway, Tuesday, I went with a oldie but goodie. I say that, but I can't remember when it came out. But it's also a fresh, spicy, aromatic. but it's a blue fragrance. It's none other than Abercrombie and Finch First Instinct Blue. Now, this fragrance here, it does it all. It has all the citrus you need up top. It has the grapefruit, bergamot. Wait a minute, the apple, the bergamot, and cardamom. Yeah, this right here is gonna give you compliments. It is one of those. It's one of those that people gonna smell you and be like, "Oh man, that smells good." I mean, because it has a sweetness, but it's not overly sweet, and it has those blue nuances in it and everything. This has lavender in the mid, along with a base of tonka, and I think there's some vanilla in here. But like I said, it checks off all the boxes. It's a decent performer as well. Very nice spring summertime fragrance. Could it work in maybe fall also? I wouldn't go for it in the wintertime, but yeah, this is a safe dumb reach fragrance. And like I said, if you go to Marshalls or Burlington, somewhere places like that, you can get this really cheap. This was like I guess a 50 ml. I think I paid again no more than $20 for it. Very solid fragrance. It is a typical kind of blue on the blue style. What else was in that? I knew the notes just a moment ago, but I gave you a few of them. But I know lavender is in the mid. I think it said like some. Damn it. Yeah, tonka and vanilla in the bottom. I mean, but trust me, this is a solid pickup just for what I'm saying, this time of year. Um, Kind of can cut through the cold in the morning. Like I said, it has enough sweetness with that apple and everything. It's not really, you hear apple, you kind of think of YSLY and everything. So it's not really totally in that vein, but it's definitely sweet enough to take you through there. All right, so now the new fragrance that I got this week, because I actually went and picked it up on Tuesday and decided to try it that next day, which is Wednesday, which is another one of those warm, I mean cool mornings, kind of like 50 degrees or so, and then heated up that evening to around 75 or something like that. But that is none other than Banana Republic Leather Reserve. 83 Leather Reserve. Now, if you're not familiar with the house of Banana Republic or some of their fragrances, they do a damn good job. I actually have one more on this list um, from that brand. And when I smelled these, I'm like, okay, these are refined and nice fragrances. They're almost, no, they're designer and everything. Bottle is very solid. They come in a great case. I don't have a case up here, but it does lock into place. Simplistic, yet it works. Like I said. And this one, nice atomizers also. Man, this one surprised me a bit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you now, you have to be okay with some of what this thing has in it. Like, um, it opens up. Oh, man. Is it grapefruit? Um, it has nutmeg and also the main players in this. I mean, it has a neroli note and some citrus up top, and the leather in here, I believe, is suede. It is not overpowering at all. Again, it has patchouli in it and woods or whatever, and you get that neroli. Now, some people don't care for neroli because it can give you a kind of a pungent kind of smell if it's not done right. But this is put together pretty doggone good. It has enough little bit of sweetness. It's not much sweetness in here at all. Like the citrus in here is just to give it. It has like another like a warm spicy feel to it. This is definitely this would definitely be a any time of year fragrance to me. I mean, like once again, maybe not so much in the wintertime, but you put enough on, you can get away like that neroli comes through. Definitely this time of year, summer, spring, summer. Um, can't go wrong with this. Leather Reserve 83. Um, Solid pickup, man. It was $20 at Ross. So if you're in Ross and you see some of these Banana Republic fragrances, these are okay to blind buy. I blind bought this and was like, why not? Let me see. I looked up the notes and everything at the time and um, decided to go ahead and roll the dice. It has Cipra oil in the top also. That kind of I was like, I don't know. So that in the roller gives it a greenness. You know what I'm saying? It's not really just a green fragrance, but it definitely have nuances. That and the woodsy notes, it's a man's fragrance. Let me just tell you that. This, sometimes they say men and women, this fragrance is for a man. So, ladies, just in case, just let you know. So then on Thursday, I rocked some fragrance that had to grow on me a little bit. Like it's a flanker of a fragrance that's well known because it's somewhat of a clone of a very well known, most popular fragrance. And they stepped away from that DNA and made this right here, and that is none other than Explorer Ultra Blue. I'm all for blue fragrances, man. And this one right here stay with the same program, like with the citrus in the top, grapefruit, some marine notes, has ambergris in the middle. It actually says fruity notes in there, and with a base of has amber in it as well. So I was like, you can't go wrong with that, right? So where I said it had to grow on me because initially I just thought it's cool, but it's real simplistic and doesn't do a lot. But what I come to like it more is that it's a very good, again, Dumb Reach signature scent for like say spring, summertime. It has a marine accord, but it's not that pungent C notes like the ambergris in here and the amber and everything. It works. It gives you decent projection from the jump. It's going to give you at least about 6 hours longevity, which is pretty good for a fresh fragrance. Now, this isn't one of those, it can be, but it's not like one of your typical shower jelly, fresh out the shower fragrances that people say, because it does a little more than that. So, that's why I had to come to give it a little respect. Um, like I said, total different vein than Explorer. They may be some little nuances here and there with how the citrus is done, but it is very solid. You see, I got the small buddy because I got this one and my other backup bottle of Explorer, and I think it was like $21 for this or something. So I went ahead and went with it, and this is gonna do me just fine because I'm not gonna wear it all the time, but it definitely works for this time of year. Um, and so Friday it cooled down. You know what I'm saying? I stepped out Friday and did the Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? And it had cooled down. I was dressed with a decent button down and everything on. So I hadn't wore this in a while. So I said, why not? And when I tell y'all this right here is a beast for the price. This is another Banana Republic scent. This is Tonka Tobacco and Tonka by Banana Republic. And let me tell y'all, this stands there with any designer fragrance, damn near niche. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, this right here, I like it better, just to be honest. This has a note of plum in the top. It has plum. You have that pipe tobacco. It has the tonka and vanilla in the base. And there was also another fruity note that just slipped my mind. It was plum and coconut. Now, man, when I say it just has a creaminess about it, it just flows. I mean, the coconut, you can kind of get a hint of it. Excuse me, y'all. You can kind of get a hint of it right there in the top. Now, that tobacco is kind of all the way through, but it definitely opens up. And the plum, I was hoping for more of a juiciness with seeing plum in there, but it's not, but it works. It just gives it that little fruity sweetness along with the vanilla sweetness and the tonka and everything. It just works well. Like another compliment getter. You can't go wrong with this. Another one that you can get for like $20 at Burlington and everything. I seen them go up a little bit, like when people finally kind of got their nose on these and start hyping them up. they went up about $5 or more. Like if you were to go on your discounters online now, you're probably gonna pay upwards of $25, $30 for this. But try to catch it in the rack stores because there you're gonna get it for like 20, no, less than $25. But this is a beast mode right here. It lasts at least 10 hours. It's gonna project for a couple of hours. Like you spray this on, they gonna want to get right up in your neck. You know what I'm saying? That's what this does. So that has been my weekly rotations this week, man. Y'all watch this, please comment, let me know what you think and everything. I'm trying to go live every now and then. Not that I have a big audience that comes in or whatever, but it'll be there for y'all to watch it later. Y'all keep it locked, keep tuning in. Those of you guys out there that loves fragrances as well as weapons, guns, and all that good stuff, Second Amendment content, I have more of that coming as well. So, hey, keep it locked.